Everyone's good then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are we oh my God.
Yes, I'm assuming everyone's going live at this point who hasn't already.
Yep.
Ugh. Sorry. I just realized, like, because I'm not doing browser capture for the map, it's fine. Never mind. Okay, did everyone press start?
Just about.
Yeah, I'm just on a starting soon screen.
Same here.
Theme music plays.
Okay, I'm just going to give a quick welcome to my...
Yeah, I noticed that too, and I didn't realize that. How is it? Just ban them? Is how you get rid of them? Look, dipping out for the day because I'm playing D&D and my other one is being used by Discord. No, I thought I had it on screen. Wait.
I hear the music on yours.
Oh, it's so loud. You do?
Yeah.
Is it okay? Is it too loud? I want to make it low. Fine. I hear it, and it's too loud. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Okay. I don't know about, like... Hi, guitar... Oh, sorry. I can push to mute. Sorry.
So does that mean we're ready?
I'm just waiting to be told at this point. I have no idea.
You know, because
I'm ready to go.
he's just, saying hi to our stream. So
Good to go here whenever you are.
Yep, ready.
he has returned.
Huh?
You're back.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let me know. Hold on. I already banned Haas. I banned like 3 variations of that username. I don't understand.
Feel bad if someone actually had like the username like Haas and like
There
not
is
actually is
one.
one of those bots, but like had it before this started, and they're just getting banned from every channel they follow.
Apparently,
I've
there
been here
is-
for 2 years.
I think there is one person who actually that is their username.
So when we see all the Elitemagikarps bots, we know.
Oh
we
yeah,
got
no, but
problems.
those ones will be me, and they'll literally just spam splash and chat, and that's all they're gonna do.
Magic carpet ride.
I can show
God.
you the world.
So I don't know, like, if everyone is started streaming, but should we just start?
Yeah, we're live.
Yep.
I'm
Think
not
ready?
everyone's live.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take it away, I guess.
Linda, are you good?
Yep.
Okay, no, I just can't hear you.
Yeah, Linda.
Yeah,
we can
I'm
hear
So
you.
I think
sorry.
you muted or something.
All right, I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I am Elitemagikarps. I'll be the dungeon master and mental torturer today. So I guess we should start by everyone introducing their characters. We'll start with Connor, just because he's the first one on my Discord screen.
That's how I do it too. Well, I am. Well, my character is Jason Finton, an Asimar bard. He's a scion of a noble house, and a little bit of an idiot, a fair bit of the time. But he loves to go around and find out stories and discover the histories and the little minutiae of the places that he visits. And he writes them all down into songs so that he can remember them better.
Okay. Lind?
I'm playing Flaris Pyre.
We can't hear you again.
Sorry, keep forgetting that I have push to talk, and I'm not used to that. I am playing Flaris Pyre, a Fire Ganassi wizard, and she has a fascination with glass blowing because she is very good with heat and fire, and she got picked by a old elven wizard to be an apprentice to take up all of her wizardly knowledge in the end of that wizard's life.
Okay.
So,
And Doom?
Yeah, I am Dardar, a great mountain dwarf. I was raised as part of the clan, working in forging wonderful tools, but now I am ready to explore the world and put all my wonderful craft to use as a great fighter.
Awesome. Ukulele?
Okay, I'm playing Elodie, the Furbolg druid. So basically, I've left home, which is not like what Furbolgs do, because I want to find like a small patch of woods where I can be alone and kind of just mess with the ecosystem as I please, like grow what I want, not have to like have the job. I don't want a job, apparently. I don't want to do my job. I just want to do what I want. I just want to pursue my hobbies and my studies. So that's basically what motivates me.
So not a very good adventure, or at least not part of a group, you know? It's like, by the way, I'm going off to my own farmland. You guys do whatever.
Well, just know that like if I find home before we're done with this, I peace out. I'm gone.
I mean, there's a forest right behind you to start. Spoilers.
For the sake of this campaign, I will not. That forest is not good. Okay, next.
All right, Falling, if you'd like to go ahead.
I am Njal the Insufferable. I am a dragonborn paladin. And I am of red dragon descent. That does it.
Okay.
mm,
All right.
welcome in.
So you guys just start off your adventure. You've already been walking on a path for some time now. You're heading towards a town named Sebis, but it's still a few days away. Along the path, you guys approach Fort Halu, which is a walled fort that has been since repurposed as a town. And you approach the gates, and it's late in the day. The sun is actually starting to set. It's probably around 7 p.m.-ish.
Elodie, you are always the most perceptive of all of us. Is there anything you see about the town that we should be take note of?
You can't actually see the town. You would only be able to see the walls of the fort so far.
I mean, should we just go through the fort? I don't know. I feel like someone with
Actually, you have proficiency in mason work, do you not, Dardar? Being a mountain dwarf? I think is one of the
Mason.
options available to you.
I don't know if I did Mason. I don't think I do. Oh wait, stone cunning.
Yeah, stone cutting.
Yeah. Yep.
So I will allow you to make a perception check.
Okay. I will do a perception. Hey. With a 15.
All right, yeah, with that roll, you can tell that these walls are probably around 70 to 80 years old and have been worked on consistently throughout that time and are fairly well maintained.
Are there
Right.
gatekeepers?
Yes, there are 2 gatekeepers as you approach the gate. Oi, what business you got in Fort Halu?
I feel like
He says to the
Connor
group.
should talk. Connor is like probably the best at talking, right? As a bard.
Talking is a really
Persuasion
good
person.
skill.
Guys, what is our business here? What are we doing here?
Just happened to see the fort.
We're on our way. We're travelers on our way, and we are passing by, and we saw this fort and decided we might want to take refuge here for the night.
Oh, just so you know, the gates are about to close in around an hour. Once the gates are closed, they won't be open up again until morn. So no one's allowed in or out until then, in case of bandits and creatures coming in from the forest.
there any-
Well, I suppose then our purpose in the fort is to not be eaten by the bandits and the creatures
Indeed.
in the forest.
That is
I'm just
preferred.
letting you know, if you can't afford the inn, you'll be sleeping up on the street there, so we won't open for any reason until morn.
So,
I don't have
guards,
money.
is there anything of note around the fort that we should be aware of before we enter?
Not particularly, just don't try to enter the guards' barracks and you'll be fine.
What are you
Doesn't work.
suspicious? This is like a cannibal fort where if we go, we're like the next meal or something. Let's just go.
Cannibals? Oh no, we don't allow that here. Kind of messed up people, are you?
She
Don't mind
merely
her.
speaks her mind at all moments.
She's a
Have
rebel
faith.
druid.
I have no
Alright,
social skills.
Well, you're free to enter.
Let's go.
I thank you.
Thank you.
Oi.
And I play a little trill on my lute as we walk in.
Already.
All right, you walk in. If you'd like to actually move your character icons on the map.
Oh, it's a fort that's
You notice to your right, there's actually a rather large graveyard. It's very well kept. There's a lot of flowers in front of every gravestone, and it looks like it's like picture perfect. Nothing's out of place, except for a grave that's in the back that looks like it has been recently dug up and like reburied.
I go to the graveyard and pay my respects to the dead.
Yeah. Make a perception.
Ready?
Sorry, give me a second here. I don't see it for some reason. All right, yeah. These graves are really well made. And you also notice that there's a lot of symbols on them that you're pretty sure are military on most of the gravestones there.
I call out to the guards. Oh, there's been something going on at the back of the graveyard there, I see. What's up with that?
Oh yeah, some creep dug up a grave the other week.
so there's grave diggers here.
A grave digger somewhere.
Some creep,
We
you
never
say?
caught them. Yeah. Couldn't figure out who it was. God Captain's still been on it.
Well, that's quite creepy.
I don't know what
I'm
anyone want to do
curious
with
to know-
bones.
I'm curious to know, with all these military graves, was there a war recently? Was there a
You
conflict?
know, the war was around 50 years ago.
This is a military fort?
It's a repurposed military fort, yeah.
Okay, well, it's like 7 p.m.
Yeah, no, it's late into the day.
Yeah, gates are closed.
So, guards, where would we find the guard captain to find out more about the grave?
I'd imagine he'd be out in the guard barracks, but best let him get his rest. He's got an early morning tomorrow.
Are there any dwarf folk in this fort?
Oh, I know. This is a human town mostly.
Okay.
We get some dwarven adventurers coming through day to day, but none reside here.
Could you tell us what the buildings are that we see around us?
Alright, right to your left there, you got the inn. Just past the graveyard is the general store. Past the general store is the clock tower, Mayor lives there. And then farthest right you got there is the guards barracks. Please don't bother anyone in there. Across from the guards barracks is the tailor. And below her is the blacksmith. Everyone's kind of closed right now, it's pretty late in the day though. Other than the inn, of course.
Fellows, perhaps we should have our inn stay booked. Let us go.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you, sirs.
I thank you for your hospitality.
Alright,
I'm gonna
I
be
lead
up
the way to
front.
the inn.
alright.
I don't have money. So can someone like who is like persuasive haggle it down, and then can someone spot me some money? Because I don't have
Absolutely.
any money.
It's not too bad. I
Fair
can get
enough,
you.
my dear. As a illustrious bard, I am sure I can find a way that my services will be payment for theirs.
Counting on you guys.
Let's go in.
Okay, we
All
shall
right.
go into the inn.
Is this the end?
Yeah. As you enter the inn, you notice some animal heads plaqued on walls. There's a table of around 4 guards, all sitting around, probably finishing their shift. An old lady at a table, and on another table, there's 2 men. And then there's also the innkeep who is behind the bar.
I go up to the innkeeper. Sir, any rooms?
Aye, we got them. Actually quite open, not a lot of visitors tonight.
Ah, such a shame, such a shame.
Yeah, I'm willing to part with my rooms for 2 silver each.
As
2
I am
silver.
sure you can see, I am a bard of some skill. Could perhaps I offer my services and hopefully fill out your common room a little more?
I mean, you'll get whatever they give you. I feel with a bard of skill, that shouldn't be too hard for you to get the patrons going.
It is customary in such a situation for the entertainers' rooms to be somewhat diminished in price.
I not round here. 2 silvers is already a steal. You trying to swindle me?
My friend, I would never do as such.
Are you being honest there? If not, roll the deception.
He is being honest. He's just
Okay.
going, come on, mate, this is how it works. It works here, this way, everywhere. Get over it. 2 silver is a very good price, though.
Yes, bars are great.
Should be fine.
Should I back you up, or do you not? Because I think you get advantage if I'm like a backup lootist, right? Would you like backup? Because I could just watch. I'm okay with not playing backup.
Are all of you getting a room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lynn,
And-
don't forget to
Right.
push
Push
talk.
talk. I keep forgetting. Yes. Would get a room
And
and,
who's paying for Elodie?
Ferris will pay for Elodie.
Yay,
Okay.
thank you. I have no money. I'll earn somehow when we kill stuff. I'll loot bodies.
Okay, so you each get your own room.
Mhm.
What would
Sarah.
you guys like to do now?
Well, now that our rooms have been paid for, is there anything around town that we can do before The sun goes all the way below.
No, everyone's already closed up for the day. Sorry.
Yeah. Who's in the tap room?
And the what? Sorry.
Sorry, the common room of the inn, other than us.
There's a table full of guards. There's 2 men at a table and an older lady at another table.
Okay.
The older lady sounds sus. Just saying.
I think we should
I
maybe.
Make
to
a
them.
perception, Elodie.
Me? Okay.
Yep. You're the one who mentioned it.
Um,
You get to roll it.
Perception. Where is that? Oh, I
Middle.
see it. Oh, my perception's gonna be so good.
So with a natural 1, that is definitely an old lady. You think, probably, maybe. It might also be a giant that shrunk themselves down. You actually have no idea.
That's why they're all wrinkled.
Never mind.
Oh.
All right, what would you guys like to do?
I'd like to go up to the guards and converse with them and say hello.
Oi, adventure! How goes?
Good. How are you guys? You know, we're
Alright,
new
you know.
to this, and we would love to have your company and hear about your exploits.
We don't got much of them around here. Fort Hollow's where your career goes to die. Hasn't been action here in over a decade.
Sounds peaceful and joyful. You know, tell us tales of
Dude,
you know
what's you,
what's been
Clovis?
happening in town and all the fun people who are here.
Honestly, it's a real quiet town. Not really much to tell.
Fantastic.
I wouldn't even really know where to begin.
Can you tell us about the open grave, like the grave
Yeah.
stealing thing?
Oh shit! No, that was a real fucked up mess. That was. Sorry for the language. The blacksmith's wife there was dug up. She died over a year ago. I don't know what anyone would want to do with the corpse.
Strange.
Barry.
Is
Yes,
the
I have one
blacksmith
for
around?
the streaming channel.
I imagine he's inside his home.
Yeah, I do.
How has he been handling all this?
Well, initially, I mean, he was outright pissed, as you would imagine. The past few days, though, he's been really off, seeming down in the dumps. Not too surprising, though. The anniversary of his wife's death is coming up, after all.
Has there been any suspicion of foul play or of any kind?
Well, I mean, someone had to do it, right? We're a walled city, no animals are getting in here.
Yeah.
Not something flew in. I can't imagine something that would fly in to dig up a grave.
Is there
So-
any suspicion of who did this within the
None.
fort?
No one has any idea what they do with it.
There could be somebody who had a need for spell components.
I don't know any casters in town. Be news to me if someone was.
Someone
So-
passing through?
Could have been. Haven't had too many adventures come through lately, and I don't think there was any the night of the thief either. I could be wrong though. I wasn't on duty that night.
Would it make sense for me, you guys, to sense good or evil in the area?
You can use that if you'd like.
Yeah, let me do that.
Let me double check the wording on the spell there.
60 feet.
No, I need the specifics.
Oh.
Just give me a second here.
Yeah.
It's under features. Chronic X.
I see under actions as well, I think. So
Oh, Divine Sense. All right. Yeah, turn. Yeah, you use it, you don't detect anything.
good to know.
No, I had to double check that it wasn't alignments too.
Right.
was the big thing.
Yep.
And then just make sure you tick off the uses.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I've gone over to the two fellas in the corner.
Hi, how's it going there?
I am
The other
quite
man just
well
kinda grunt.
indeed.
What business you got here, traveler?
I am a wandering bard. Me and my companions here were passing through, and a walled ex-military fort. So I hear it's a wonderful place to spend a night in safety, isn't it?
Oh, it's lovely. I'm the mayor of here town, actually.
Ah, well, greetings, and wonderful to meet you. Your
Name's
illustrious
Clint. He
beard.
offers his hand.
I shake it firmly.
Roll performance.
Jake.
That was a damn good
21.
handshake. You have his respect.
Oh my god.
Anything I can help you with?
Well, it's there is the question really of what can I help you with as the mayor of this place. I'm sure that there you have your ear to the ground, he says, tapping his nose entirely incorrectly.
I try my best to keep knowing what's going on around here.
My compatriots and I, as you can see, are adventurers of some skill. Is there anything that we are able to do to help you? I hear there has been some nastiness in the graveyard recently.
Well, I can't give you all the details on that. You'd have to talk to the guard captain for more information about that. He's the one investigating.
Ah, dear sir, I have been informed that the guard captain is not to be bothered before morning.
Well,
But,
you better ask him in the morning then. I can't help you too much with that matter. Nor would I want to wake the guard captain before his duty. Before his shift, rather.
Oh, of course. And your compatriot here?
Oh, yes, Marcus. He gets up. I run the general store.
Fantastic.
Lovely to meet you, Marcus.
Been a little bigger since
He just
always,
nods
and
at you in
roughly
agreement.
where is the map?
Is there anything of note at your store that we should make sure to patronize tomorrow?
So that's not at the store. I didn't catch that.
I'm just asking him what he has in his store that we might be interested in if we went there tomorrow.
Oh, odds, ends, rations. Pretty much anything you'd expect to find in a general store, really.
Fantastic.
After my input on the grave thing, I would like to go have a conversation with the old lady, who's definitely an old lady.
Can I go
Yes.
with you?
All right, you go over to the table. Oh, hi, it's nice to meet you, dearie.
Hi! What's your name?
Oh, my name's Sarah, and yours?
Cyrus. It's nice to meet you.
Such a lovely name.
Is the seat open?
Oh, of course, please sit. It's always nice to meet adventurers and new faces. Not many come through here as often as they used to.
Is there a reason for that?
Well, until recently there wasn't any work around here, but everyone's been passing through for, to get to Sebis.
And
You guys are actually heading to Sebis for work.
okay,
Is your, overarching goal.
got it. And what is it that you do in here, if I may
I
ask?
run the tailor shop. Do come by tomorrow if it so fancies you. I do have a bunch of lovely dresses that would look fabulous on you.
I would love to see them.
Swing by in the morning and I'll be sure to show you.
Did you hear about the nastiness at the graveyard?
Oh, that. I can't believe it. Poor Laura. Just want her old soul to rest.
Laura.
Oh, yeah. The blacksmith's wife.
That's awful.
Oh, she passed due to illness a year ago. I don't know why anyone would defile her grave like that. Just simply hurts my soul.
Was she sick often, or was it a sudden illness?
Oh, it was often. She had it in her youth. Um, the apothecaries didn't know what to do. They didn't know anything about it, and one day she just couldn't take it anymore. It's really sad.
Hmm. Sorry to hear that. Was she a friend of yours?
Oh, I knew her since she was a little girl. Knew her mother.
You have any theories on who could have done such a thing?
I have no idea. Gotta be someone able to dig up a grave, that's for sure. Not work for little old me.
I asked the old lady, in the lightest confidence without the others hearing, how do you think of the guards here? Are they good at keeping the peace?
I mean, there's not much peace that needs keeping, to be honest. It's a quiet town. Not much work to go around. They often just kind of patrol the walls, and that's it for their shift.
Yeah.
They like to say this is where they come for their careers to die. It's out of the way. Not much work to do. Just there in case of emergency, you know?
Yep.
I meant to say earlier, did I get a read on
Connection?
what
do you
the
mean?
mayor was saying to me, and whether he was being overall truthful, and how he felt about me asking about the grave?
Make a insight. You think that he definitely did
Thanks
know
for letting me know,
more,
Captain.
but he didn't feel comfortable telling you. As you have no place in that investigation anyway.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah.
What if you
He
play
also might be
music
talking about
and someone else like
characters.
butters them up with like grog or whatever it is that this bar offers, and then someone who is really good at talking try to extract more information? This is an aside to my teammates. No one else
Sounds
can hear
fantastic.
me because I'm
That
very
sounds like a
like,
great idea.
Make a stealth.
who?
You.
Why me?
You're trying to get no one else to hear you. You have to make a
Oh!
stealth roll.
This is stealth. 9.
So what if we got everybody drunk?
Oh!
So the old lady definitely hears you. And she's like, well, what business you got in that anyway?
Makes sense.
I
It's
just
also
came
super
from the
late for you.
woods. I've lived my whole life in the woods. Just don't mind me. I don't. What half of the stuff I say doesn't make sense. Shouldn't you?
To try and soothe the room, I call
Should I
on
alert the guards
Jason.
to your presence?
I
try
come
and
over,
split the room.
fear
Sure.
not. She
The old
says
lady
whatever
is
in
actually
her
gonna
mind,
get up at this
whether or not
point.
it is important to say.
The old lady gets up at this point, throws her coin on the table on the bar, and actually is gonna head out now.
Maybe we'll get to talk to that guard captain after all tonight and not have to wait till morning.
I doubt they'd send the captain after us.
Yeah, but I don't think we're sufficiently enough of a threat for the captain to be woken up. We'll just have run-of-the-mill guards.
Jason, do you want to play for the room anyway, and I'll try and buy them a round of drinks or something?
I will play. I don't expect any kind of subterfuge to be going on. I just like to play.
Yeah.
I sit up in a handy corner.
Yep.
Elodie, will you strum the chords for me?
Doot 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 doot.
Make a performance with advantage.
I should see. I might have a. Did I take prestidigitation?
So The guards all start cheering, but it
No.
is getting late, and you notice that the mayor and the general store owner Marcus are actually getting up and ready to leave at this point. The mayor throws you 2 golds as he walks out.
Thank you kindly, Clint.
Oh, he like waves at you as he walks out the door. And you also get 4 more gold from from the guards who are at the table. Would anyone like to do anything else?
Seems to be winding down here. Seems like we might have to wait till morning to really talk to more people here.
Do you think there's any reason for us to walk around the town in the middle of the night, or would that be suspicious?
I think you can answer that question yourself.
Yeah, it'd be too suspicious, but I mean, I'd like to check out my room and maybe see if it watches over the if it has a window that faces the graveyard.
Okay. Yeah, so you go up to your room. And it is in fact on the graveyard side, so you can see the graveyard from your room. It is, however, really dark in the graveyard because it's nightfall now, and outside of a torch in front of the house that is in the corner of the graveyard, you actually really can't see much.
Question.
Yeah,
Given your night vision, can you see anything?
yeah, I was gonna say, is there enough light for it that I
you-
can see enough shapes to
Your
see if
dark
someone
vision
goes
is
in?
60 feet?
Yeah.
5, 10. You could probably see someone from the entrance, but if they came from the other side of the graveyard, you wouldn't be able to see them.
Right. I'd want to stay up long enough that and watch for anybody kind of going in that I'll still be able to get a long rest in and not be exhausted.
The longer, you don't have any benefits, right? You still need your full 8 hours for a long rest.
Yeah.
So I have a question. You said that is there fog or anything? Because I can help. Oh, never
There's
mind.
no
I
fog.
can't help. Never mind. Never mind.
So you're just gonna stay up for an extra 2 hours for everyone else then?
Yeah, I'll stay up as long as I'm able to and still not have a level of fatigue.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to stay up too long if you want to actually be awake with everybody else in the morning.
Yeah, I just don't want to have that level of fatigue for doing it, is all.
Yeah, for sure. What's everyone else doing? Just going
I
to
sleep like a baby.
Okay. You
Retired
in fact
with an
turn
energy.
into an
I'm
infant.
too amped up to sleep.
Just kidding.
So I say, I'll take a quick walk and clear my head before I go into bed. It's safe
Okay.
here, right?
Oh, I'm assuming you're saying that to the guard.
Fantastic. Or the innkeeper, whoever's nearby.
If you were still playing in the corner, it would have been the guards' table because they would have been up near you to cheer.
Cool. You're doing a fine sterling job here, and I'm sure I feel safe walking around after dark.
Not
within the
much of a
walls.
job to do. They all just start laughing.
And no job doing is worth doing badly.
All right. So yeah, you exit the inn. You do notice that the gates are closed now, and there's 2 guards standing by it on the inside. And
I rip off a salute.
they like nod at you.
Just taking a walk, gents. I'm a little too amped up after my performance.
All right.
I wander off down the road. The guards are human, yes?
Yeah, this is a human town. Everyone's human unless I say otherwise.
Cool. So they're carrying torches. How brightly lit is the area?
The walls themselves are fairly lit. The torches in front of the blacksmith are out. The torches in front of the guard barracks would be lit, as well as the general store and the clock tower. But the torches to the tailor and the blacksmith would be out.
Okay, so I would fall out of their sight very quickly then.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I'm going to just walk over to the graveyard. I'm not going inside. Walking around the outside. It looks like a nice place to walk around the outside of.
Okay.
And you said it was near the back of the graveyard. So as I get
You mean
near
the
that
house?
little house in the corner of the graveyard, what do I see there?
It's more of a shack compared to the rest of the graveyard. It actually looks rather unkempt. It doesn't look very large. It's probably only 2 rooms tops.
And is it lit up?
No.
Mhm.
Okay. I pop over the fence and go over to the dug up grave and
Make
can I see
an
there?
acrobatics.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Hey.
Nice. Yeah, you hop that thing, no problem.
And just so you guys are
Even
aware,
with
I am
minus
using
one.
the D&D Beyond, since that's where all of our rolls and stuff are
Natural
being
20 is a
done,
natural 20.
and our characters are, so you can keep track.
Okay.
You can
I
see
go
what
over, and
our
what do I see?
characters are.
You're
Stats are
looking
and
into the
everything, so-
shack? Or what are you looking at? The grave?
First looking into the shack, and then I'll go over to the dug up grave.
You have dark vision?
Yes, I do.
All right, yeah, you can see that there's a man sleeping if you look in through the window. The house is full of dirt. There's shovels and bags of fertilizer, and
Let's see,
he's
the only
sleeping on
message
some
since
mat.
your
He appears to
last,
have a hunch.
message,
and
Clavis,
you can't
is
see
Captain
the other room
Morgenstern
from this
saying
window.
it's lit in response to the GM's
Huh,
talking about
creepy.
the graveyard or area.
May as well check out the other window.
Yeah, you go around. It looks like it's more storage. There's like a bunch of tools that haven't been used in a long time, and yeah.
How very odd. I go over to the dug up grave. What can I see there?
You do know that it's been like a week, so you're probably not going to find much, but I will let you roll at perception.
To give proper attribution, this overlay for our
Yeah, with
screen
the
was done by
grave already being refilled
Ukulele,
in and
who's
it being a
playing
week
Elodie,
ago, it looks
and
like it's
Amjin,
just the
who's
normal
playing
grave. You
Dardar,
can tell that
added
there's been
the
new seeds
usernames in
and
the corner.
grass planted over it, but other than that, it looks fairly normal.
I nod my head in respect to the fallen and pop back out and continue my lap around the graveyard and go into the inn.
Yeah, walking through, you just noticed what you noticed when you came in initially. Everything is like immaculately well kept. All of the graves look like they've been recently polished.
All right, so the hunchback of the graveyard does a good job.
One could infer.
Is it Tweepy time?
All right, so you're going back to the inn?
Well, I'm going to my room and popping upstairs. And do I hear anything from your room, Lindy Cat?
No.
You would have seen me go out and do my lap, I guess.
No,
Yep.
you wouldn't hear anything from me.
You hear Njal snoring loudly in his room.
Aha! Hasn't rolled over like I told him to. Well, I head off to bed.
Yeah, you didn't have anyone who you talked
Alright, yeah,
to
you guys
since
all get
the
your long
last,
And
your
you
last
all
chat,
wake up in the
and
morning.
At this time of night, your screen is grayscale,
And
right?
what would you guys like to... actually, Jason appears to have slept out in the graveyard, actually. His icon's still there, so I'm going to imagine he slept in the graveyard. Just covered in dirt. I just moved...
I
yeah,
just
there you
really
go.
wanted to get a feel for the place.
Alright, what would you guys like to do?
So I do my normal morning calisthenics and take a run around the walls of the fort.
Yeah, so
also,
you
either you
wake
can
up,
tell me if
you
you
actually
hear the
notice
others
that
well.
there's 4 guards
Let me know
standing
because
outside of the
my audio
blacksmith.
for
The gates to the
desktop was
walls are
different.
still shut, and the guards are in front of the gates as well.
So I go to the guards at the gate and ask them, has something happened? Are the gates still closed?
Oh, it's a murder. Last night, somebody killed
Murder?
the blacksmith. Wasn't you, was it?
I can't say it was me. I was asleep in my room.
Oh,
Do
for
tell what
your sake,
happened.
I best hope so. I can't tell the details with you. For all we know, you were the criminal.
Of course.
Quality investigation.
Is there something we can do to help? Is there something that we should be doing, or should we simply stay,
Now,
in
don't
our
talk to
rooms?
me. I'm not in charge.
Okay, good. So I shall go talk to those who are and find out more.
I guess.
So well, first I go back to the inn and let everyone know what has happened.
What is everyone else doing during this time? Because that would be like a good, I'm assuming, 20-ish minutes on your behalf. What would everyone else have been doing?
Trying to procure breakfast.
Yep. So the innkeeper will charge you 1 silver for full breakfast, which comes with wine.
Alright, and that's 1 silver per.
Yeah, per meal.
Got it.
Where's are you gonna pay for my breakfast?
I don't know. I think
But
Jason
I've
should
got
have
breakfast for us.
shared some of his gold that you guys earned yesterday, but that's just me. I'm not the greedy bard in the group.
I give you 2 of the gold. And then I also pay for everyone's breakfast.
Awesome.
Hey.
Well, I woke
Okay,
up in the
so that'll be
morning.
5 silver.
I feel like P. Diddy. Have you got any Jack for me?
I got ale. Who's this Jack fella?
Was any of the ale made by a brewer named Jack?
I don't know. I just buy the brew. I don't get their names.
I will pretend that it was.
But you don't question who is P. Diddy? That would be like
P. Diddy is a famous Asimov legend.
Oh yeah, I know that bard. Stopped by here once.
You met P. Diddy?
I stayed the night. Same room as you, actually.
Sir, I am in your debt. No wonder I woke up feeling like him.
you
I
took in
may be
the essence
the
of
rest
P.
of the-
Diddy.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, you guys are all, I'm assuming, taking a table and eating your
Yeah.
breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
When y'all suddenly bursts through the doors.
Oh my god. You won't guess what happened.
What?
What's going on?
It turns out that the blacksmith has been murdered in the night.
What?
Wait, okay.
What?
First,
The innkeeper actually will approach your table. Like after
So,
hearing you.
had you heard?
I'm assuming you're not being quiet about it. This is news to me. You wasn't
Yeah.
weren't out last night, were you? I didn't hear any of y'all anyway.
no, I wasn't.
No, I went
No.
straight to my room to sleep. I just spoke to the guards at the gate, and they said the gate is closed and they're investigating what happened.
I took a turn after my set last night, but the guards who were here will vouch that I left and came back in quick order and not covered in blood.
Okay, this is strange. First, the blacksmith's wife's grave is defiled, and now the blacksmith is murdered. Does anyone else find that odd?
Yes.
About 1 year after his wife's murder.
She wasn't murdered. She was
Or not murdered,
died of
but,
sickness.
Yep.
You could say the illness murdered her, but I don't think that would stand up in court.
Probably not. Unless she was deliberately kept ill for a length of time.
So
Well,
there seems to be a lot of speculation. Maybe we should offer our services to help investigate, or otherwise go and find out what's happened.
The innkeeper actually goes behind, pulls out a cask of wine, just uncorks it and starts drinking it, and like takes a seat.
Yeah.
I'll
sir,
look
you
at.
seem quite taken by the news. Were you close with the blacksmith?
I grew up with him.
Oh, my deepest condolences.
I'm actually engaged to his cousin. Wedding was supposed to be next month. She was supposed to come into town.
Oh, that's. Oh well, that's a mixture of good for you, and also that's terrible.
Sorry. He kind of like looks off, like not really knowing what to feel.
Here, let's. I sit down with him and I say, to the blacksmith, and we'll pour
Aye,
an extra
Figaro.
one out to him.
He like does the toast and just like downs it. He's chugging. He's not holding back.
Is there anyone else in the common room?
I pat him on the back and do my best to be there. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We're going to get to the bottom of this, I think.
I just kind of like keeps drinking.
Isn't it like 8 a.m.?
Well, self-medication
is.
is one way to do it.
It's 8 a.m., but he just found out his best friend's dead, so you know he's not in a fantastic mood.
It can be forgiven.
Friends, let us go.
Yep.
As we exit the inn, I tell the guards at the gate, the innkeeper is drowning his sorrows. It may be best if one of you looks in on him from time to time.
Aye, thank you.
And then as we
the blacksmiths. Go ahead.
as we go over, I say, now as magic users, we were told that there were no casters around. I believe we can offer our services in an investigatory manner.
You're saying this to the guards in front of the blacksmith?
To the group as we walk over to the guards in front of the blacksmith.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, I don't know how much I might be able to assist. My spell list today is not exactly might not have been the most useful and prepared for investigating the murder.
Well, if I'm honest, neither is mine, but I am quite good at ferreting things out.
If nothing else, I can offer my services to detect good or evil in the vicinity and rule that out.
Well, whoever did this, I wish to hold them accountable.
As do I.
Then let us offer our services. I go over to the guards.
Aye, what have you?
Greetings. I hear there has been murder, and murder most foul. As a group of adventurers with some skill, we are here to offer our help.
Give me a second. I'll call out the guard captain. One of the 4 guards goes into the building and comes back out with someone else who has like a more official looking like outfit. His sword's well polished and looks very expensive. And he comes out. Hi, how can I help you? You lot came in last night, did you not?
We did, Captain.
We
Yes.
did.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
What'd you do when you got here?
We went straight to the inn.
yes.
Did you now?
That can be
No
vouched for.
detours.
I spoke there with the mayor.
Alright, then I'll confirm with him in a few. What are you guys doing here?
We will
We
pass
heard
this
that
through
there
on
was
our
some
way.
nastiness. And we're here to offer our services.
And what services is that?
We are a
Well,
group of
thank you for
adventurers
stopping in.
of some
appreciate
skill.
it.
You will see that my friend here is in fact a paladin. And we have a few casters among us who may be able to find something of the arcane nature that may be missed by mundane means.
Should, of course, there be any.
What good the paladin to me?
Well, I could detect if there was a presence of good or evil in the area, just to rule that out in case that was a concern.
Well then. How does this power work?
I am able to invoke, my secular powers and to detect it, and I would be able to tell you if someone who was undead or otherwise spectral was in the area and let you know what happened.
Everyone in this damn town's a human. What good's that?
I only offer it as a way to rule out anything that would be untoward.
Alright, well, let's see it then.
Absolutely. So I divine sense.
Yeah. Nothing happens. So, you can make things sparkle a wee bit, can ya? That's a real inquisitive power you got there.
So, I have detect magic. Can I use that at the crime scene to see if like?
Yes, but you're currently not inside yet. You haven't seen the crime scene.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
And I will.
Well then, I guess you lot just want to look at the corpse then, don't you?
If
Bunch of creepy adventurers.
Sir,
So-
I take offense at that.
Aye, as you should.
Flares,
For
what were you
all I
gonna
know,
say?
you're a murderer. Alright then, nobody touch anything, eh?
We will be respectful, sir.
He gestures you into the blacksmith.
We go in.
Yeah,
Did
so
not expect that to work.
So let's
when I
look
get
around.
inside, I'd like to pull out my spellbook and
just let me give you a description
Okay.
before you do anything.
Yep.
You see the corpse in the center of the floor. His back looks torn open. His forge is cold. You see all of his tools along the side. There is a what's the word? Taxidermied wolf in the corner, and that is all you see immediately.
okay.
So what would you like to do?
I'd like to pull out my spellbook and ritually cast detect magic.
Okay. Yeah, you cast it, and there doesn't seem to be any magic active in the area.
Okay. No magic. Glance at the forge. Can I investigate it and see if I can determine how long ago the forge had been extinguished, given that I'm a little familiar with forge work from being a glassblower?
Sure, you can take a look. Make a investigation. This so I can actually see rolls.
Yeah. Alright. Apparently, Lindy has not used Roll20 for anything, and so she's having a hard time figuring out how to make it roll.
Just click the plus button beside investigation. It should roll for you.
D&D Beyond, not Roll20.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's where I'm at. So, this. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, 14. At least 2 days tops, you think, with that roll?
So 2 days tops. Turn to the
So-
guard captain.
Aye.
Do you know if the blacksmith was working yesterday?
I don't think so. I don't think he's worked for a few days, actually. I know he's been real off lately. Chalk that up to the anniversary of his wife's death. Maybe there was something more going on, eh?
So, Elodie, given your knowledge of medicine, would you be able to examine the corpse to understand the wounds and how he was killed?
Sure. I guess I could do that.
Yes.
Thanks.
You're gonna make me.
What do I roll for that?
Medicine.
Wait, I have a question. Are there any animals around? I'm just like, I want to use my abilities.
Taxidermy
There is a
wolf.
taxidermied wolf in the corner.
I can't talk to a dead wolf.
You'd also need
No, you
to
cannot.
for that.
There's
would I
no
need?
animals inside the
There's no animals.
inside the blacksmiths.
Never mind. Okay, medicine. Roll 18 plus 5. 23?
Ooh, nice. Yeah, with the mark on his back, actually, it looks like an animal did tear him up, or some kind of claw.
Could it be like revenge by the taxidermied animals' family?
That is one theory.
My
I
other
crouch down
theory
by
is
the
like,
taxidermied wolf and I check out its claws.
Yeah, roll investigation.
I smell werewolf.
I mean, it does strike me as odd that it's
Its
in
claws are
here.
clean.
wait, but is the shape of the claw of the taxidermied animal like similar to the claw shape on the back of the dead person?
With his roll, I will say that you could see that the claws look much too small, and it looks like there was a more pronounced claw in the center
Could it be
of
a
the
werewolf?
scratch.
To rule things out, can I, with my knowledge of these tools, can I investigate any of his tools to see if anything looks out of place or possibly looks like it had been a part of this mishap? Murder?
Yeah, you can roll an investigation with advantage.
Yeah. And then how does that work with advantage?
You roll twice and you take the higher roll.
Got it. First roll's pretty good.
Yeah, so with
17.
17, the tools actually look like they were used improperly recently. Other than that, everything looks to be in fairly good condition.
Interesting.
So as the investigation has been happening, I'm continuing to share our findings with the guard captain.
Aye. Alright, you lot done in here? I've got questions from townsfolk, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. Are there any wild animals in this area that we should be concerned about? Because given the nature of the death.
Just you lot.
Thanks.
I don't know, a bunch of
Whoa.
travelers come in last night and one of my residents turned up dead. It's not something that happens here often, you see.
There's no reason to be throwing accusations about, sir.
So it's good to see how you react to them.
I open my claws to him and show him, comparing my claws to the wounds to show him that it was
Let me
unlikely
make
to
a
be me.
roll for him.
Sure.
And also roll for persuasion.
Yeah. 16.
Okay, and I'm having issues here.
While you're making this roll, I need to stand up for a little bit.
And so he is gonna bully you. So you beat him for that.
Okay.
I can't make 2 cents of these claws. But I don't think you'd be so willing to show me if it was you, unless you already washed them. Be on your way.
And as you see, the rest of us have no claws.
Aye, that I can see.
Please be assured, if you have any more queries for us, come to us. We will be happy to answer any questions you have. We want to make sure that you are empowered in how you investigate.
I'd say don't leave town, but it's not very likely anyway, right now with the
Of course
gates
not.
closed. Alright, so he escorts everybody outside at this point.
Any idea where we should go next?
Once we get outside, I want to turn to you, Elodie, and ask if you know of any animal that has claws like that.
Do I? What do I roll to know if I do?
Make a history
History?
with
I feel like-
disadvantage.
History?
Not nature?
Yeah, wouldn't it be nature?
Oh, actually, you know what? You're right. Nature, I think, would be better.
But why do I have disadvantage?
You don't get to ask that.
Okay, what's disadvantage?
You roll twice and you take the lower roll.
Okay. Okay. 18. 12. Okay, it's 12.
It's nothing that you've seen, but the creature would probably be pretty big by the size of the claw marks.
What an insufferable man that guard captain was.
He's doing his job.
Agreed.
There's doing your job and there's being polite.
Insight, Jason. Okay. Nothing.
So what
All
do you
I know
guys?
is that he annoyed me.
As he should, because he was suspecting us. But given that this is where their careers go to die, I don't think these are the most perceptive of investigators. We may need to help them without, them understanding too much about the help we give them.
It did seem odd to me that they mentioned, things could fly in, but we don't think there are any troubles with that, when there are many, many dangerous things that can fly.
Yeah.
You can make a nature check.
Me?
Yeah.
Do I also have disadvantage?
No, just a straight roll. There very well could be something that could fly in that's native to this area, for all you know.
Flat, 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 flat.
Still think it's connected to the defiled grave. It's not a coincidence that it was the blacksmith's wife's grave.
Yep.
And now blacksmith's dead.
I agree with Flaris. But is there anyone listening to us? Can I talk candidly, or do I have to? I don't want to land us. What?
There are guards around and stationed in front of the blacksmith.
Yeah, I don't want to land us in D&D jail, so I'm gonna be quiet until we're somewhere where people can't
assume
hear.
we were walking and talking.
Yeah, same here.
Well,
and not being
let's
very
decide
loud.
where we're gonna. Let's go to the clock tower and talk to the mayor.
Where's the
You guys agree?
Yeah, let's check in with Clint.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys don't just walk in through the door, I'm assuming.
No.
To the people who just moved themselves right in, unless you did want to do that.
No, we
We'll knock.
quiet nicely.
All right, yeah, you knock. You hear some rattling behind the door, and after a minute or so, you open you see the mayor open the door. Hi, adventurers. What have you then?
Clint, lovely to see you again. Such terrible circumstances.
Oh yeah, I got the news early this morning. God Captain woke me up, told me. I haven't got the details yet though.
We've just been. It
Does this
appears
pertain
there
to
was
that?
some type of beast with claws.
Claws, you say?
Yeah, quite large, I'm afraid.
An animal got in here last night.
So it
That
appears
is my suspicion. Perhaps one that could fly above the walls.
I don't think we got any of those here. At least I haven't seen any. Unless you suggest a crow came in or something and killed him.
it would have to be a pretty big one.
Well, slightly larger than a crow. Maybe a kenku.
I don't think we got any of those here.
Well, you don't have many of me either, but I'm still around. So there might be one that you haven't seen. I say nothing about your perception, only that you cannot see everything all at once.
For now.
So, Mayor, is there some way we can be of service?
Would you guys like to come in?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Thank you for your hospitality.
So yeah, he actually escorts you into his office. There actually aren't enough chairs for everyone, so 2 people will be standing as he sits behind his desk and pours everybody tea. However, he only has 4 cups.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I've had my jack.
Sorry, not used to accommodating so many people at once.
Fine. And Flaris will be one of the 2 standing. She doesn't mind.
Okay.
Stan, but I want tea.
Okay. He will hand you a cup of hot tea. Aye. So you always wish to help with the investigation then?
We do.
Yes.
All right. I'll be honest. The God Captain James, he's a bit of a twat. I don't trust anything he says, to be quite honest. Kind of an idiot, really. I don't know how he got God Captain here, but they never send us the brightest brunch anyway for gods.
It's also very rude.
That's
Yes.
quite interesting. What did he look like? What was the infliction on twat? I feel like there's some history there.
James? Do you mean James?
Yes. I'm not asking this. I'm asking you. What was the infliction? How did he say it?
How did he say what?
Twat.
He didn't. I called him a twat just now.
I think Connor's asking DM what's the inflection.
I'm asking the DM what was the inflection on when the Windermere called James a twat.
Was it like anger or annoyance or like?
Yes, definitely more of an annoyance. Would you like to actually inquire about it, or
There's
Like
some
to him
history between the
directly,
two
or-
of you.
if you can call it history? He just sits around all day, likes to command everything, gets paid to do nothing really.
I can see how, as the leader of the town, that may cause some issues.
He can. Again, it's a really quiet town. When there's nothing to do and people are bored, they create problems.
I have a question, if I may. He doesn't want to be woken up, but it's perfectly fine for him to wake up other people?
When there's a murder, I don't fault him for that.
Has there been other cases of like this kind of murder or grave digging in the past that makes you? Because it sounds like he's not doing his job.
I don't think he's capable of doing his job, to be honest. No, but this is the first time we've really had any kind of major crime outside of adventurers in our town.
How long has he been the captain here at this fort?
4, maybe 5 years. Anything else I can help you guys with?
Mr.
Out of-
Mayor,
Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Go. No, you go first.
is there any suspicion you have? Is there anything you can think of that we should know as we try and help?
Honestly, I hate to say it, but Marcus, the man I was drinking with last night, word on the street was that he used to have a thing for Garrow's wife
Blacksmith's wife.
back, a year ago when she was still kicking. Bless her soul.
Yeah.
I really hate to suspect anyone, but I mean, of everybody in town, I can't imagine it'd be anyone else. Unfortunate to say.
Yeah.
I do have a question, too.
Right?
Did you notice any despondent or odd behavior from the blacksmith in the past week or so?
Yeah, past few days, yeah, I was seeming pretty depressed.
And didn't do any of his work yesterday?
I mean, I imagine he does work when he has it available to him. I just assumed he didn't have anything to do. It's not uncommon for him to not use his forge and just sell the weapons he has as is, unless the gods need something done. Then again, the anniversary of his wife's coming up. I just imagine he didn't want to do anything anyway.
I was just trying to assess if it was common for his forge to be cold.
Aye.
Do you know where we could find? I was going to ask.
Sorry, you go.
Doom, go ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to ask, do you know where we could find Marcus today in town if we would
Aye,
wanted
probably
to
at the
catch up
general
with
store
him?
next door.
Yeah, just okay. Thank you.
All right.
It would be greatly useful to us if you could officially deputize us so that the guard captain cannot stand in our way as we attempt to help you.
I'll tell the guard captain you're allowed to inquire questions. Nothing more. You guys can't exactly overstep your bounds. You're not native to this town, after all.
Oh, of course, of course. We will do everything with the utmost discretion.
Thank you.
I did have one
let
more
him know.
question about James. Where did he come from before his current position? Where was he before this?
Capital, so I heard.
And what caused him to be given our position here?
Have to ask him, or maybe the king.
I see. Thank you so much, Clint, and once again, my deepest condolences.
Aye. Me too. Hard to get a good blacksmith. He's
finish off
going
our
to go
team.
out into the hallway and like escort you guys out.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys are done talking to him at this point. Like he's not being rude about it or anything.
So general store time.
Yeah.
I think we should stop by the general store.
General store, and then maybe also talk to, was it Susan that was the tailor?
Sarah.
Sarah.
Mhm.
Sorry. Brain fart.
All good. It is a store you guys are free to just enter, but it's not a very big one for all of your icons to fit, I'm aware.
I feel like I'm too tall for this.
Yeah, your head hits the doorway on your way in. Oi, adventures, what have you?
Oi. Hello.
This is
Anything
a
I can
great
do you
store.
for? Thank you.
I look around and look for anything interesting.
Make a perception.
30.
Can I also? Oh, never mind. Never mind. 20 is
looks like a
good,
bunch
so
of general store goods. You do notice taxidermied bear and another taxidermied wolf in the corner. Other than that, there's like a lot of like boxes and crates everywhere. It's a pretty small store.
Yeah. I ask him about the taxidermy. He's like, "Oh, these are fantastic taxidermy animals.
Thank
Is
you.
someone in town skilled in this?"
We had a hunter coming through a while ago. He actually had a lot of game. He offered to taxidermy some animals for us, so I took a couple. I was hoping to actually resell them if you're interested.
I
Oh,
will
are you gonna
take a closer
carry
look.
a taxidermy like bear around on the adventure? What do you?
I'd ask my furbolg friend to carry it for me.
I am not lugging around like a dead stuffed animal. I'm not a pack mule. It's a hard no.
There's also the wolf.
Was the blacksmith also a fan of this hunter's work?
I think he bought one. Couldn't tell you though. Haven't needed the blacksmith in a good while. My job's to sell goods, not create them.
Did you hear about the blacksmith today?
The murder, yeah, no. I heard. Gods don't shut up now. It has been like a good 2 hours since you guys woke up, so it's probably common knowledge at this point.
Yeah. But is there anything about his reaction to my question that I should be aware of?
You can make an insight.
Insight. There it is. 17.
He was pretty stone cold faced.
Yep.
Like he was indifferent to it.
Yeah.
In a small town like this, everyone must know everyone.
Aye.
I'm sure you're very cut up about it.
He was a good man.
Yeah, trying to push emotions on him and see if he reacts to that.
But like how?
Well, I'm saying you must be sad, and then I'm seeing if he goes, "Oh yeah, shit, I should be showing sad."
He's just like nodding, like, yeah, I heard he was a good man.
Can I ask? So this blacksmith has taxidermied animals, but does he also dabble in taxidermy or just like the touching of dead stuff?
So you're asking him?
Yeah, the blacksmith. Like, is that his hobby now? Like, does he also taxidermy?
Oh no. I'd say it'd be a question for him, but you know, can't
Okay, so how
anymore.
can I ask him, but also like what can I roll to like get the most out of my question?
By asking your question in this case, honestly.
Okay, I'm gonna ask my question. You have a lot of these taxidermied animals. Do you also dabble in taxidermy, or like is that something you're interested in?
Not particularly. Too much work. I'm a vendor, not much of a creator.
Can we look at the claws of the taxidermied animals
Yeah,
to
make an
see?
investigation.
Okay. 19.
They're covered in dust, but not blood or anything that would alert you immediately.
While Elodie is investigating the claws of the taxidermied animals, I just kind of want to look, browse the things and just say, strange though. He's murdered the day or 2 days after his wife's grave was dug up. Horrible.
Heard that was a week ago, but yeah.
Sorry, I brain's on a
All
different
good.
wavelength. Flares would have had the right day. Did he show any emotion on that one?
No. Kind of just like glared at you. Are you
Are
here to
there
buy
loot
anything,
strings?
or can you leave me be?
Are there loot strings?
I got some.
Oh, that's what I'm here for. Thank you. I couldn't spot them.
You need a whole pack, I'm assuming?
Yes. Oh, well, 2, let's say. We're on the road
It'll be
often, you know.
2 packs, that'd be gold.
1 gold?
Well, that's a hefty price you're charging me there, friend.
Don't get them in too often. No one in town plays. If someone's offering to move the merchandise.
Well, that if it's just taking up space for you, and you're unlikely to sell it to anybody else, scaring me away is not really the way to do it, is it?
Aye, but you don't really have any other options if you need them, so.
I may pass.
What?
Does he have paper and like ink pen and ink?
Yes, but you are also aware that it is very expensive in this world. If you I'll link the page really quickly here.
Okay.
He has everything that would be in the adventuring gear in the player handbook. Let me just open up D&D Beyond and I'll get the page ready for you guys.
Can I ask the blacksmith another question?
Yep. Not the blacksmith, he's dead.
Blacksmith's dead.
Oh, not
But,
blacksmith, the general store person.
General store.
Yeah.
Marcus.
So do you have any opinions or thoughts about
Yeah,
the
the
grave
bar is awesome.
robbing last week? I know this town is really small, so everyone knows everyone. And I heard she was a really nice lady. So we just want to know maybe like a little bit more about that. Just if you have anything to like any input or
Terrible thing, really. I don't know why anyone would do that. Let the dead rest, that's what I say.
Well, thank you so much, sir. We'll be on our way.
Aye.
Thank you.
So, Lindy, I think it's time to go talk to the tailor.
Yeah.
I am going to put the link to the other adventuring gear in D&D chat for those who actually might want to buy something. And he only has things that would be under other adventuring gear, not the druidic focuses or holy symbols.
Can I
Well,
just
shall we go then?
out of curiosity, Lindy wants paper. Can I make paper?
No,
Can I-
not without a lot of time and effort.
Okay,
Also,
never
there
mind.
aren't any materials for you to use within the fort right now. Right, so you guys leave then? Or are you looking over the equipment?
I'm done.
I've walked out.
I'd buy since the parchment isn't too expensive. Where is my buy 6 sheets. Looks like it's 1 silver each.
Oh, okay.
Just so that he's not super ticked off because nobody bought anything.
That's so considerate. Like, okay. You want me to pay you back, Lindy? My board was or room was 2 silver, and I have gold now. I have 2 gold. I don't know what the conversion is between gold and silver,
It's
but
1 gold is 10 silver.
okay. Well, I pay you back with my hard-earned money, so I give you 2 silvers.
And thus the golden coin turns into 8 silver ones magically.
Or maybe I ask you for the gold coin. If you say you want to pay me back, I'll ask you to give me the gold, and then I'll pay for the thing there and or figure it out somehow.
All good. All right, where would you guys like to go next?
Taylor.
Taylor, yep. You go into the shop. I'm assuming you guys haven't moved your icons yet, so.
No.
It's a pretty small shop, so I'm standing outside.
Yeah. Oh, the adventurers, dearie me. It's nice to see you all of you. Come to purchase some nice clothing.
At least to look. Hopefully find
Aye, she's
something.
like-
At the
Smiles
thought
at
of
you.
nice clothing, I enter the shop.
Is there anything I can help any of you all with?
Well, we won't be here long enough to commission anything, but I may browse the racks.
Oh, of course.
I'm also looking at things.
As I browse, oh, you hear about the terrible news this morning. Awful, isn't it?
Blacksmith.
Looking at her out the corner of my eye.
Can't believe it. Such a nice man. Always made me sewing needles when I need them. Delicate thing to make too. Quote skills.
Very tricky, very tricky.
Can imagine.
Such fine clothing you have here.
Oh, thank you. I work hard on them.
And she seems honest and not trying to hide anything. Or
You can make a perception. You can't tell.
that's reasonable with a 5. I look around the shop. Other than the clothing, is there anything else that I can see?
There's like some fabrics that would be used for custom orders. You see like a bunch of sewing tools sprout about, and you notice that all of the clothing that you do see, it looks really well made. Like almost noble quality.
So,
clothing.
Susan, it seems like yours is the only place in town that doesn't have taxidermy in it.
Oh, Sarah.
Sarah, yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, I have no room for such things. Would only get in the way. Why, do you want a top hat for something you bought that was a taxidermy? That's not an uncommon request.
It's an interesting thing you mentioned, but it's just that everywhere else I've been, it seems like taxidermy is what adorns every place that we go.
Make a history check.
Yep. Anyone?
There wasn't any in the mayor's office either. However, you didn't
was
go
there
into the
some in the
mayor's
inn?
home, you only went into his office. There were taxidermied heads in the inn, but there isn't
yes.
any actual full figures.
Yeah.
Could I interest you guys in anything?
I pick out a lovely cloak.
Aye, for that one, that would be 5 silvers. She actually goes up to Elodie. Oh, you are so tall with a lovely figure. Here, I have this dress. That would be perfect on you. And it's a long, flowing green dress. It actually looks like it was supposed to be, like, more, like, dragged on the floor for, like, a regular-sized human. But with you, it would actually, because of you're so tall, it actually would just, like, look like a normal dress.
I'm sorry, Anna, Sarah. That kind of clothing would only get in the way of adventuring. If you have any like sturdy,
I'm sure you're not adventuring all the time.
I'm adventuring all the time.
Not
Do you
gonna
have
get a
anything
date
more
with that attitude?
Do you have any thing more appropriate for hiking?
Well, I do have regular garments that are meant to be worn under armor.
Actually, I don't really need clothes.
Like
I don't really have that much gold either. I will pass.
Of course.
I'm now wearing my cloak and loving it.
Awesome.
Here, I've been searching for like a dress or something. 'Cause...
You would find plenty. Everything from like a common wear dress to like something more for like a party.
So as I'm looking through scarves, I sort of ask her, out of curiosity, there seems to have been some gossip in town, and with everything that we've been hearing about the blacksmith and his wife, I was hearing all this gossip about the general store owner and the blacksmith's wife at some point.
Oh yes, little Marcus always had a crush on Laura. She never reciprocated though, but didn't stop him.
Yeah.
Up until she died. I mean, that was horrible, really. But I think if you're looking at Marcus, you're looking at the wrong person. I've got rather thin walls, and I'm right next to the blacksmith. I heard him and Clint, or Garrow and Clint, going at it 3 days ago. Don't know what about. Couldn't tell you.
Really?
It looked like they were having quite a loud argument there.
That is interesting.
Had you seen them after that? Did they seem to have made up?
Oh, I assume something really got to Garrow. He was kind of down in the dumps the next few days.
Did you hear what they were arguing
taxes.
about?
No, couldn't make it out. I could just hear yelling. It was muffled. Knowing them, it was about money. It's always about money with these people.
Pick out like a common dress that's in like a blue and bring it to her.
Oh, this will look lovely on you.
Thank you. Do you know if Garrow was getting depressed in like the last week, approaching the anniversary of his wife's?
Oh, I know he was really angry last week. More towards after the argument, though. He just seemed out of it.
Was he angry because his wife's grave was about then?
Possibly. Again, it was after the argument with Clint. I just assumed it was about money, or maybe it was about the case. I couldn't tell you. Would have been a question for him, bless his soul.
Okay. And then how much is the dress?
2 silvers.
Thank you.
I thank her and leave.
Thank you.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like much more we can get out of here. I swish my cloak about and leave.
Dramatic.
Thank you, Sarah. Very beautiful clothing here, but nothing for a dwarf like me. Have a good day.
If you're ever in town again, maybe I can make something special for you.
Much appreciated.
She waves you guys as you exit.
Should we go talk to the... Yeah, is the guard captain still investigating, or is he gone back to the guardhouse?
You could ask a guard, but the guardhouse doors would be closed, as would the blacksmith doors. So you wouldn't be able to tell just by looking.
I had a thought. I think maybe we should walk around, because it could have been something that flew in, but perhaps it was something that burrowed.
You know, assuming that we're not in earshot of anyone in particular.
No, nobody would be out in that area at this time.
Basically, at this point, guys, it sounds to me like someone's a werewolf, and that seems the most likely thing. I wouldn't put it past it being the guard captain, but frankly, werewolf, it could be anyone.
So what about this? Is this a thing? So can the blacksmith have dug up his own wife to like try to bring her back? Is this a thing? I don't know if this is a thing.
You can make an arcana.
And then it backfired, and he actually like I don't know.
You can make an arcana check.
Okay. Well, werewolf is also my second guess.
Is this an episode of Scooby-Doo?
Okay, was this something that you're thinking of as ukulele, or is it something that you say out loud as Elodie?
I said, well, no one's hearing us, right? We're all like we're in a group, and there's no one around us.
It's a specific question because if Elodie says it out loud, Flaris would also think about it. So it's just a question of whether or not I'm going to ask if I can make it.
Yeah, I'm asking to make the roll for the person who says it first. Because otherwise, if everybody gets to roll, everyone's going to succeed all the time, and it's just not going to be fun.
Right. I just thought I'd ask.
Oh, I say it out loud.
Well, I'm asking you to make the roll.
Okay, but what about the werewolf thing?
One thing at a time, please.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you definitely know resurrection magic's a thing, but to do it for anyone who's been dead for more than a day, it is extremely high-level magic.
Okay, well, I have nothing.
I don't have a good feeling about this. Still the guard captain and
I will allow you to make a nature check with advantage. Actually, who brought up the werewolf first?
I think it was
Njal.
Mdoom? Or was it Njal? Okay.
No,
someone... Oh.
That person will be making the nature check.
Yep. 7.
Werewolves, man. Definitely.
Dude.
Mm.
Do we want to follow up with the mayor, or do we want to do something else?
Are we able to go through the barracks at all and kind of look around while the guards are out?
Can knock on the door.
Just see if anyone's there.
Well, the mayor has said that he's going to say that we can go and investigate, so I think we can use that.
Okay. So you go up to the barracks and knock on the door?
We do.
Okay. You knock. Around 3 minutes pass, and you see this guard open the door, and he has like dark circles under his eyes. What you lot want?
We'd like to see the evidence relating to the murder case. We have been deputized by the
guard
mayor.
captain. I don't have it here.
Where is he?
Where should it be if not here?
No, the blacksmithy? Why would it be here? The guy looks like he was the one who was probably up all night doing the shift.
We apologize and thank you.
Hi. Bugger off. Closes the door.
You know, one of the reasons why I think werewolf is because guard captain doesn't want to be disturbed at night. So, anyway.
I didn't hear anything.
That's true.
He
Definitely.
may have been talking to his chat.
But
We could also investigate the hunchback in the graveyard.
You have not talked to him yet either?
Yeah, because me, Connor,
Shall we double back to
Elodie,
the
and
blacksmith,
MD
or we'll go to the graveyard first?
again.
I think we should wander down to the graveyard and cover our bases.
Might also be an idea to check in on the innkeeper and see if he's drowned himself in wine.
Yeah.
Well,
that'd
also
be
the
better.
mayor, because they had the
You
fight.
come back, he's just on the floor.
Ooh. Ooh, boy.
I'm kidding.
You
guys are going to the
get him
graveyard?
bed. I make
I
sure
was-
he's taken care of.
Oh, sorry, are you guys going to the inn or to the graveyard?
I
Well,
think,
they're right across from each other. We
I
could
think
I
we'll,
just need to know which one you guys are going to first.
I think we should go to the inn first, make sure the innkeeper has not killed himself with alcohol poisoning, and then go to the graveyard.
All right, so yeah, you guys walk into the inn. The innkeeper is still there, has a cup in front of him. You guys are back then. I'm assuming they haven't sorted this all out yet. Then.
Not yet. I just wanted to check in on you, friend.
Aye, well,
How are you feeling?
I'm breathing. It's more than I can say for my friend.
That is,
You lot been up
it's
to?
such a
Can't
shame.
imagine there's too much to go around.
Just been trying to figure out what happened to your friend. Get some closure.
We heard
Aye.
that your friend had a fight with the mayor recently.
Oh, I heard that one too. They were really loud the other night.
You know what it was about?
No idea. He wouldn't tell me. Something might have gotten to him though, but leave that as that. I just assumed it was Maya telling him the case went cold for the whole grave robbery thing.
Do you know if he had any money troubles?
I mean, we're not a very rich town. We pay our taxes like any other. Not always the cheapest thing, but we make do.
Is the mayor the one who collects the taxes?
Yeah, Maya collects it, sends it to the crown.
Did you notice if he was getting despondent coming up on the anniversary of Sarah's death?
Sorry, what was that? I missed the first part.
Did you notice if he was getting despondent coming up on the anniversary of his wife's death?
Could have been it. He definitely wasn't himself past couple days. Supposed to also fix my chandelier there. Never got around to it though. I guess I'm gonna have to find a way to do it myself or just leave it be.
Looking up at what's wrong with the chandelier.
There's actually not a chandelier up, but you can see a hook where one was. One of the links got super rusted. Just needed him to take out the bad link, re-weld on the... replace it.
Can
Can't
Dardar
have
do
it
that?
falling. It would be within his skill set, I'm assuming, with all of his proficiencies he has with blacksmithing. You would need to use a forge, though, and currently the only forge would be
I've seen.
in the blacksmith at the crime scene, so it may not be the best idea at the moment.
But isn't Flaris like living fire?
She's a
Mm,
genasi, she's not, like, made of fire.
Oh, never mind.
fire adjacent.
Fire adjacent.
I can produce flame.
Is it hot enough to forge stuff?
No, would not be
no.
hot enough to forge anything. I could light the forge, but no.
She would become exhausted very quickly if she tried.
Let's go with the graveyard.
I. Innkeeper waves you out.
Yeah.
Right, I guess we the graveyard is
Yeah.
open at this kind of time of day, so we walk in and do we see the hunchback?
Yes, he's actually out watering the flowers right now. Slowly,
should-
might I add.
Should approach him.
Oh, you're the adventurers that been running about then. Seeing you bits
Yes,
and
we are.
pieces. What business do you have here? Hit 'em on the dead.
Indeed we are, sir. Might I inquire your name?
My name's Dompe.
Dumper, and you take care of all of these graves, I take it.
I am the caretaker here.
You do a fantastic job.
Thank you. Work hard, just as my father taught me.
That's well, it's there's only one way to work, and that is hard.
Nods
Do you
at
mind
you.
if Do you mind if I ask? Were you the one who discovered the grave that was dug up?
I, with my running routine, I noticed it was dug. I told the guard captain and the mayor, went back to my work. After the guard captain was done looking around, I filled it back in. Replanted the seeds and some new flowers. Should be bloomed in about a week, hopefully.
You must take very good care of your tools.
I try, good condition anyway. Blacksmith
You
used
wouldn't-
to fix them up for me.
You wouldn't have noticed that one of them had been used or muddied the night after the grave was dug.
Oh, I keep them inside my home. Someone would have had to break in. I didn't notice any of that around my home.
You didn't notice any signs of footprints through the graveyard, though.
I'm just a caretaker, not an investigator.
I guess. Oh, it's fine.
So, the grave, was it dug up? Would it have been done with tools, or would it have been done some other
Didn't
way?
look like no animal did it. Looked like someone dug a good hole there.
Yeah.
Hmm. Blacksmith, all of his tools were in good condition, but something did seem off about them.
You said the blacksmith would help keep your tools in good repair, yes?
I repaired them every now and then when they needed it. It's always good to have a sharp spade.
I can imagine.
I help you guys with anything else.
Thank you.
Thank you. And he goes back to making his rounds, watering flowers, walking back to his house to the well, refill his barrel, and on.
Okay, I guess back to the blacksmith.
Well, do you want to talk to the mayor about the fight?
Suppose we could.
We could report in with what we've learned so far.
Sure. We knock on the clock tower.
Yeah, he opens the door. You figured out who done it then?
We have not, but we wanted to update you on everything that we had found, and we give him information about what we've been discovering.
All right.
What
What have you for me then?
I hate to ask, but just because it was mentioned that there was a fight between you and the blacksmith, we're curious about what that was about.
He was having money troubles. Didn't want to pay the full amount of taxes. Got into a bit of an argument. No big deal, really. I left. He seemed okay with it the next day, and that was that.
Sure. Given he's the only blacksmith in town, it wouldn't appear that he would have any problems with money. I'm curious.
Well, the crown increased the rate recently. Had nothing to do with me. I'm just the middleman.
Of course.
Does he appear to be being honest here?
That is for you to decide.
Has the raise in rate affected everyone else?
Everyone else seemed to pull through at least. A lot of them had savings, I presume.
Have you heard anything from the guard captain about anything else that he's found?
Haven't talked to him now.
He'll probably be our next step.
If you do figure out who done it, report it to him, not to me, though. He'll be the one making the arrest.
Of course.
Anything else?
No. Just glad that everything seems to be peaceful now.
All right. Thank you. He closes the door.
Yep. Back to the blacksmith and the guard captain.
Yeah. So we approach the blacksmith again.
Yep.
Guys, I'm stumped. I feel like we've talked to everybody.
I mean,
Someone is not telling us the whole truth.
yeah, I'm a bit suspicious of the mayor because he didn't tell us about the argument to begin with. And this is out of character, but if my memory is correct, he told us that Gara was despondent for the entire week, not just the last 2 days.
To clarify, he was angry after the wife had been dug up, which was a week ago, and then the last 3 days after the mayor had the argument with him is when he just seemed like out of it and depressed.
All right, yeah. I remember that from everyone else. It's a health thing where memory's not reliable, and I was thinking that the mayor told us differently.
No.
All right, Clovis, thank you for coming and watching.
Oh, anything happening at the blacksmith's?
You knock on the door then?
Yep.
I thought you guys were still like talking amongst them yourselves before getting to this. All right, yeah. So you knock on the door. Guard captain opens. Found anything useful?
We let him know what we've discovered.
So who you think done it?
Well, we're not the type to throw accusations about with no proof.
All right, well, it sounds like you should get some proof. Do you need anything?
I'd like to take another look at the tools.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, gestures you in. The body has been removed at this point.
Where has the body been taken to?
We just took it over to the barracks like a few moments ago, actually.
Yeah, that poor fellow must not be getting much sleep in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Kurt, no. Poor bastard.
I have a question that I would like to bring up to the group. Should we do
privately or in front of James?
That's fine. This is his job.
Okay.
He should.
Okay.
Should there be like a task force to like stake out at night? I mean, actually, Flaris was watching the the graveyard at night? Or should we like see if there's any like breaches in the fort walls to see if any kind of large animal can come in and out? Like maybe it's not as secure as they think. So like one of the two.
Yeah, we
Oh.
offer our services to help.
We have
with-
guards patrolling the walls all night. I don't think anything got through. A guard would have seen it for sure.
And I didn't stay up all night, but I didn't see
You lot
anything.
were the last ones that came in.
Or can we get permission to search the mayor's house and the barracks?
If you need to search the barracks, that's fine. And at the mayor's house again, just make sure I'm with you. Don't need to cause too much trouble, you know? You are a bunch of strangers asking to go through a stranger's home.
Correct. And when you mentioned Kurt, you said poor bastard.
Oh yeah, no, he's keeps getting woken up today. It's a busy day and he was up all night. He really needs to sleep, I'd imagine.
True. He was on ship then last night.
Oh, it was Kurt and 3 others. Did you want to talk to them? They should all be sleeping in the guard barracks right now, but...
I don't think we should wake them, but it would be nice to talk to them when they wake up on their own.
Alright, did you want to head over to the mayor's then?
I want to check out the tools first and see if
Yes.
it looks as though they were used for digging.
Okay. Yeah, you go in. All of the tools in there look like to be like swords and like otherwise related directly to smithing. You don't see any shovels or the sort.
Dardar, you were the one that inspected them earlier, correct?
Yes, I did.
And you had noted that they were looked like they were used improperly before. Did you tell
Yeah,
the
they were
entire
like
group?
slightly damaged.
Or did you keep that to
They-
yourself?
I shared with the group.
Right.
Yes.
So, guard captain, you know, since we've talked to everyone else, you know, I figured I should ask you as well. You know, it sounds like you were asleep in the barracks last night.
Yeah, I went to bed early, woke up early, as I normally do. I try to make my rounds as soon as day breaks, which is when I also discovered the body. Door was left open.
So you're usually on the day shift rather than at night.
Yep.
You know, because we haven't been to the guard barracks. You know, are there rooms there, or is it a open plan environment?
There's the first bit, which is where everyone sleeps. We got some cells in the back, and we got a bit of a mess hall there.
Yeah.
But everyone always sleeps near the door. That way, if there's ever an incident, everyone's right out the door ready.
When the guard captain says the door was left open, I want to go and look at the door and see what kind of latching mechanism it has.
Okay, yeah. Make an investigation.
Okay. It's 17.
It just has a big, strong metal latch that goes under the top of the door, and it looks like it's in good condition. Like it hadn't been tampered with or anything.
Okay. And so would I be able to tell with that roll that if an animal would be able to manipulate it if it wanted to?
It does not look like... I mean, it's a strong metal latch. It would have to be some... If anything, it would have to be some kind of magical creature. If it were to, like, break in from the outside.
Right. That gives me a question I want to ask our guards.
Yeah. So you guys are ready to move on to the barracks, or did you guys want to go to the mayor first?
Before we leave, one of our working theories is werewolf, so I'm looking at the floor and walls and seeing if there are any scratches.
Make an investigation.
Is there any way where we can powwow? Can we powwow?
I mean, James is following you at this point, so
Oh,
I mean,
never mind. Forget it.
yeah. You notice actually that the floorboards are unusually clean. considering that somebody was just murdered here.
So they've cleaned up immediately.
We
After
didn't do
moving
any
the
cleaning.
body.
I'm assuming you were
Thus.
saying that out loud,
Yes,
right?
I'm saying that out loud.
We just moved the body. We didn't do any cleaning yet.
Then there's no blood.
Oi! You're right. That's strange.
Hmm.
The body was moved here. The body did not die here.
Oi,
That,
Master.
that makes sense. Because I looked at the door when you said it was left open to see if it, because we're presuming an animal attack, to see if an animal could even get in. It was either he had left it open for some reason, or a human got in and let him in either way.
Are there any spots of blood at all?
No. Other than what looks like it might have dripped off the body, it looks pretty clean.
Okay, so it's not like the wounds had
There's,
completely congealed by the time the body was moved.
Possibly.
Is there any more to this house?
Well, I mean, you got his bedroom over there.
Poke my head into the bedroom, take a look around. Anything out of the ordinary?
Make a perception.
One.
Oh no.
It's really dark in here.
I've got dark vision and I can't see for the lack of light. This is weird.
You open your eyes.
Oh, that'll do it. Oh, there's a bed. Bedroom. Yep.
No, everything looks normal though. You can't tell anything.
Definitely a bedroom. Thank you.
So the body was moved to the blacksmith area. So I guess our next objective would be to find the site of the actual murder. Right?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
How many guards do you have? You need to have them quartering the area, finding where there was blood on the ground. That is where the murder took place. That is the actual investigation that needs to be happening.
And where might that be?
I don't know. That's why I said you need to be quartering the area.
Well,
I mean, we already got the city walled off. No one's allowed in or out. That's the best we can do at the moment.
No, it bloody well isn't. Look at the ground. Walk the ground.
I mean, we have guards patrolling. What more do you want? If somebody had saw something, they would have said something by now.
the only place really we haven't been inside is the barracks and the mayor's home. We've seen a lot of the other buildings and haven't noticed a lot of blood.
You also haven't been in Marcus's home or the
Right.
Taylor's home.
True. So
Everyone, yeah. Or the personal area of the innkeeper, you have also not been in.
True.
You guys have only been in like the store areas, not like their actual I live here area.
We also have to be cautious that we have to be mindful that if the body was moved, someone had to be able to lift the body and carry it in rather than drag it, or there'd be drag marks on the ground.
So I doubt it's
The little old lady.
yeah. I don't think she'd have the strength.
There were it was 3 or 4 guards who were on shift last night, right?
Yeah, there was 4
Mhm.
guards.
4.
So there was the guards that were on duty last night. How late did the other ones stay out?
Oh, they all went to bed as soon as dawnbreak and the god shift changed. After I questioned them, of course. They said they
Oh.
didn't see anything all night.
So who discovered the body?
I did.
Did the guards walk up and down the main thoroughfare during the night?
Or they walk the perimeter on top of the walls. They usually look out, though. They usually don't have no need to look in. I'm not surprised I didn't see anything. Too dark anyway. We only have the outer wall lit. People usually put out their torches before they go to bed.
So I would know
see.
the time that I would have been watching across the in front of the inn, so I would know that I didn't see anything during that time.
Actually, during that time, you would have noticed the mayor and the barracks. Actually, the barracks light would have been on all night, but the mayor would have put out his torch in front of his house at some point during the night.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all you would have really seen.
Well, shall we to the barracks and see the body, and perhaps we can find bruise marks where it was lifted and get an idea of the size of what was of what happened.
Yes.
I'm gonna say that you've already made the medical check on it, so I'm not gonna allow you to just make the same check over again.
Can we, like, I know that there were 3 scratch marks on the back, but
and that was like the only like really identifiable thing on the body.
should we just go search the barracks?
You can do that. James is willing to accompany you there.
Okay. I mean, the only people who are up at the time that the murder could have happened were the people who live in the barracks, like the guard people, because everyone else
Presumably.
went. So
Presumably.
I think we should go to the barracks.
Okay, yep.
And they're probably awake since all the commotion.
I'd like to talk to them and just look at their reactions as we talk.
Alright, so you didn't want me to wake them then?
Please.
If they're not already awake.
It's looking like around maybe 4 p.m., so they might still be sleeping or they might just be waking up. Alright, so you guys are ready to go in then?
Yes.
Alright, so he opens the door. You see 12 beds lined up on the barracks walls. And you see the cells that are off into the back left. And then there's a door going to another room on the right. Each bed has a chest in front of them. And then there are 3 of the 4 guards are sleeping still.
Is it just one room plus cells in the back? So is everything in view?
And there is another room that you guys are not currently in, which the guard captain mentioned was the mess hall.
Can I roll a perception check to see if anything is, like, any blood or anything? Or, like, weird dirt somewhere? I don't know, like clues? General perception of clues?
You can make a general perception, I'll allow it.
What is that?
It's a pretty tidy. You notice that there's definitely a lot of dirt around where the guards keep their boots while they're sleeping. But you don't notice anything that would be really of note.
And do we see the body?
The body would actually be in the back towards the cells.
So I asked the guard captain, was there anyone in the cells last night?
No, haven't had a prisoner in some time.
Have
honestly, sometimes when one of the gods get too drunk, we'll just throw him in there to sober up, but hasn't had any actual use for a while.
I take a look at the cells just to make sure that, they are as he says.
Yeah, no, they're rusted. They're not very well maintained, but it's more like dust more than unkempt.
Are there any claw marks in the cells?
No, not that you would notice.
Thinking about it, if any of the guards did have something to do with either the murder or moving the body, presumably there'd be blood on some of their possessions. Do we have permission to look at their belongings?
Of the ones that are here, I'd imagine. Granted, only the 4 guards are currently off duty right now to have their things looked at inside the barracks. You'd have to go to each guard individually.
It's the ones who are on shift that she's interested in.
Okay, yeah, you're allowed to look at those.
Yeah. So.
Guard captain will open their chests for you.
Alright, I would like to investigate looking for blood.
Yeah. Make a investigation.
10.
You just kind of like quickly go through everything. You don't see anything of note.
I'm not finding anything here.
Is there any... I mean, I think I rolled a decent perception roll before.
Yep.
Like, there's no, like weird, like something that would be out of place, like animal fur or like any kind of like evidence of there being
The guard barracks looks really well kept.
Oh.
Aside from the area where people have been keeping their boots.
Should we go? I don't know. Should we go look at the boots? Maybe some of it has graveyard dirt or something. What do you guys think?
I mean, it'd be hard to tell graveyard dirt from regular dirt.
Regular dirt?
I mean, yeah, it has a use as a spell component, but I mean, we can try.
So, the captain's with us, right, James?
Yep.
Can I do insight to see if he's nervous at all about us searching the barracks?
Yeah, make the roll.
4.
Can't read them.
Can I? Okay, I want to ask the guard what their... We've shared all of our the head guard, the guard that's walking us around.
James.
We've shared all of our information about what we found. Is there anything you can share with us on your progress on the investigation?
Honestly, not much more than what you've said already.
Not much more is still more. What's the more?
Well, I mean, found his door open when I got here, which I had just told you previously. I can't really think of anything else that would be noteworthy. You wanted to check the mayor's house as well?
Wait, do we want to check the mess hall?
That's also an option, do you?
Well, we're right here. We may as well. I open the door.
Yeah, so you open the door. There's some long tables there, and a small kitchen area towards the back.
I take a quick look around. Anything out of the ordinary?
There is blood in the kitchen. Next to some what looks like ham.
Oh.
I go over and I take a look at it.
Yeah, make a perception.
Yeah.
This is some tasty ham.
So is it a rule that only one of us can roll perception? Like, what if multiple people
thing.
go to... Huh?
Per thing. Or like if it's something
per thing?
Yeah.
Can
like,
I use medicine to see if it's like animal blood or human blood?
Yeah, do that. I'll allow that.
Okay, I'm going to roll for medicine.
Yep.
8,
It's hard to
13.
tell, but it looks like it's the same blood that's coming out of the raw ham.
Ew, you ate raw ham? Jason?
We can't hear you.
Oh.
I didn't eat it.
He was just looking at it and drooling a little.
Man. I don't know. What do you guys
I just
think?
wondered if perhaps there was too much blood for the ham, but
why would there be raw ham? Sorry, I cut you off.
I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, Kurt, the one guard that was up, is actually in the mess hall. Who was in the kitchen
Kurt,
area.
are you cooking today?
I was gonna make some ham for me and the boys for when they wake up. Nice morning breakfast with some eggs.
Well, that's an afternoon breakfast, but I see what you mean.
We work graveyard shifts, so no pun
Indeed,
intended.
You've made a little bit of a mess here. Would you like me to clean that up for you?
Oh, if you're willing to help, of course.
I'd like to just look at his reaction when I mention the blood.
Yeah, I mean, ham bleeds. It's an animal.
All right,
Can
I
I-
use prestidigitation and clean up most of the blood.
Most, not all of it. He has to do some work.
He has to do some work. I'm trying to look at
Oi!
him and see
Thank you, Casta.
what's he doing here.
He's kind of more amazed because he doesn't see magic too often,
Mhm.
but you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary aside from that.
All right, no insight check on him.
No, I just told you.
Alrighty-o. I cast again and clean up the rest of the blood. Missed a little.
Man, maybe I should learn some of this magic stuff. Might be handy.
It is quite handy, I can tell you that for a fact.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much, sir. And he goes back to cooking everyone breakfast.
Is anyone's investigation really high? Could we investigate to see if that ham is actually ham and not human?
Human flesh.
I've got a +3 to investigation.
Ancient flesh.
That would be a medical check though for that specifically. And
Am
you've
I
made
allowed
one,
to-
And you're pretty
Oh.
sure it's ham.
Okay,
I'll tell
never
you
mind.
that. All right.
Let's go to the mayor's house.
All right, so depending on how fast you guys are through the mayor's house, we do have 30 minutes left. So you have time for mayor's house, maybe, and something else before
What-
you guys will have to make your decision for the sake of stream time
Decision for what?
Who did it?
of who did it.
Oh, who did it? Okay.
Okay, so yeah. James takes the lead here, knocks on the mayor's door. Oi, what are you all doing here? James goes up. Oh, well, we would like to look at the premises. Got a warrant. Come on now, Clint. I know you don't like me, but come on. It's been a murder. Can I have a few minutes? No. James kind of pushes his way in. Have you? So immediately, there's a small hallway right in the entrance. To the left is where his office is. To the right is where his homestead is. Where would you guys like to go?
I want to go to the homestead.
Okay, you go into the homestead.
Yep.
Is everyone
I would
following?
Yes.
Okay.
Following.
All right. You notice some really nice chairs and a couch, a nice fireplace, a bear rug, and another door that would presumably lead to the bedroom.
We let Jason take the lead, but we basically go around and investigate.
James is with Clint at the moment. You guys are kind of the reign of the house at the moment.
I'd like to pull back
So
the
we-
rug.
Pull back the rug. Yeah, it's floorboards. Make an investigation, actually.
$19.
That's so good.
Yeah, no,
That's almost
floorboards. You can tell that he likes to move around his furniture a lot. Things kind of seem to be scratched a bit, but other than that, you knocked on them. Doesn't seem like there's anything under them other than dirt,
Okay.
or the foundation of the house, rather.
He is a serial redecorator.
Is there any I feel like our team's builder would know best, but could you tell from the structure of the house if there's any secret basements or something doesn't add up in the architecture, like a kill room? Roll for kill room search, something like that.
That would be the floorboards check, which I just told you guys. There
Oh, is
doesn't
that
seem
what-
to be anything under.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Is that bear rug, does it look like the same kind of taxidermy as we've been seeing around?
No, it looks like it's actually been skinned as opposed to a taxidermy rug.
I check out the bedroom.
Yeah, you go into the bedroom, make an investigation. even with that roll, you managed to find a rather heavy lockbox under the bed.
Does it look like it's been used recently?
Um,
Any dust, any scratches on the locks?
no. No, sorry, there's no dust or scratches.
Right.
It's a very, like, sturdy, so you don't think it would scratch too easily either. But there's no dust on it.
What would
does it
the
look
roll?
like it gets used often? If it's under the bed, there would be scratches maybe on the floor.
Perception. But there would be scratches under the bed, yeah. With it being dragged and pushed. You can't tell if it's opened frequently.
What is, since the mayor and the guard captain are busy, is there a role to lockpick? Like, what would that be?
You would need lockpicking tools. I'm not sure if anybody actually has those.
I don't think there's a rogue.
Or you could try to improvise something. Or alternatively, find the key.
Can we search the room for a key?
Which room are you searching?
We're in the
Bedroom.
bedroom, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow you to make an investigation for that specifically. Yeah, you tear this room up, you flip everything, you go through everything. There does not appear to be a key in this room.
What about in the office? Does anyone want to go and check the office?
Well, let's go take a look at the office. Does anyone want to come and help me check out the office?
I'll go.
Hey, go ahead.
Right, yeah, you guys make your way over to the office. You see a large bookshelf. His desk is really nice. He has a small table to the side where he preps tea and has a small burner for heating the teapot. Where would you guys like to look through?
I'd like to look through
Check out the bookcase.
what I was going to say, but
Okay.
like,
Well,
Jason have it.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, if we're both doing it, then one of us would.
I'll
roll
I'll
on.
let you roll with advantage.
So that's either a 20 or a 20.
I think I'll take your 20 roll just
Wow.
to be safe. You see a lot of tax record books here, and not everything adds up quite properly.
What do I notice? Is it possible that he's not
Like,
sitting
there's
it
a
off to the
lot
ground?
of funds that are missing.
Well, I think I know what the argument was about now.
It doesn't mean that he's a murderer, but he's definitely committing some kind of fraud here. We haven't exactly seen a large pool of blood on the floor anywhere.
No, but it's possible that he is a magic user and keeping it on the shush.
Indeed so.
Well, we could just confront him with the records.
That is also my thought. I think perhaps we should go and tell James about the mayor's untrustworthy tax.
Before we go, I'd like to search through the desk.
Yeah,
Yep.
I would like to find the key. So can I
I'll
give?
help with that.
Roll investigation for the desk.
Okay.
Can Flares get advantage since we're helping?
It's a small desk because it's not much to look through. I'll be honest, the bookcase roll was a higher
And it's a total
roll
of
for, like, that
24.
knowledge. So, yeah, you find schematics in there for what appears to be a gold statue of Clint.
Well, he appears to like himself more than I do.
Not saying something.
It really is.
I'll take this. I'll take it as well because it's kind of backs up the tax record thing.
Yep. All right.
I mean, there
so
is also the tea brewing station. I guess I'll take a quick look at that.
has some freshly brewed tea if you're interested.
I take it.
You have a cup of tea in your hand.
Yummy tea. I go out and I nod to James in the mirror.
I'm following.
All right. So you guys all approach the mayor?
I'm carrying the tax records as well.
Okay. What you find? Says James.
Oh, well, I've, as a member of a noble house, where I came from, I saw ledgers quite often, and, if I'm honest, I saw a few like this a few times, and it always means someone is cooking the books.
You can cook books. Do they taste good?
Very much if you're the one cooking them. What I mean is he's stealing your tax.
And I hold up the schematic. Probably for this.
Oh, guards, get some more over here. Take the mayor
I think
away.
we found the tax too. It's under his bed. Where's the key, Clint?
As the two guards come up and take him by the arms, you notice that he actually has a necklace with a key dangling on it.
I grab it.
Yep.
I would like that, thank you. We're going to go check.
Hold
James, if
up.
you'd like to accompany us.
Key, please.
Yeah, right, here you go.
James takes the key and accompanies you to the bedroom and unlocks the lockbox. Aye, there must be like 5,000 gold in here.
Quite a lot of stolen tax.
Must have been doing it for years.
He was complaining to me about your wages. I think he had a guilty conscience.
I what a little jet. He recloses the lockbox and locks it and like picks it up. Gotta take this for the barracks for the time being. Thank you very much. You think he did it too, then?
It's
proof of tax fraud, not of murder, and I haven't found a giant steaming pool of blood.
I mean, if we can prove
fair
that
enough.
he has the prestidigitation as well, that would be proof, because he could have cleaned it up, but other than that, no.
Or see then.
And on a side
I'll
note,
be in the guard barracks if you need me.
I would,
Oh, sorry.
on a side note, I would double check with the Crown that the tax rate was increased.
I'll ask the king about it myself. Send a message to the crown.
I just have a question. So the grave where the blacksmith's wife was dug up, you said that it was freshly, like, I guess the soil was turned over, so they filled it's not an empty grave, it's filled.
No, it's
Could
filled.
there
They
be-
refilled it with dirt after.
Could
it
that
was
be
dug up.
like, could there be something hidden there? I don't know. I feel like we haven't found any.
I can't just
murder?
tell you that. You would need to actually either ask somebody or dig it up yourself.
That's
Yeah, I asked
such a
our group.
fraud, Melody. Why don't we go and have a think about that, and maybe we can cast detect magic nearby.
No, it's an option.
Okay, so you guys are going back to the graveyard then?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
you go to the grave. Then you're casting detect magic?
I'll ritual cast it so we don't have to
Yep, use
use
the spell
any
slot. All
possible
good.
spell slots.
Alright, yeah, you cast it. Nothing magical around.
No signs of magic.
Okay, I don't really feel like digging up a grave. Not
Is
without
it a grave if there's no one in it?
Yes.
Yes,
I think it is. Yes, there
it's still a
was.
grave.
Dompe
But-
right now is currently at the other side of the graveyard tending to more flowers. It's quite a large graveyard, so watering them practically takes all day.
I'd like to go over to him. Because he said he filled it in, but he never said if it was empty. He did that.
How can I help you?
Hi, I have a question we didn't ask you when we spoke with you earlier. You said you filled in the grave after Sarah's grave when it was defiled earlier. Was her
Yep.
remains still in it?
No, we couldn't find them. A few days ago, they just told me to refill it in. There was no point keeping it unkempt. At least keep the memory of her dead, you know?
So it was unfilled in for a few days.
Yep. Just the casket.
The casket, was there any like marks on it or anything suspicious?
Other than what looked like a shovel mark, no.
Are you the one that inters the bodies? Or do you just upkeep the graves when they're done?
I'm just the gravekeeper.
Do you know who inters bodies?
You mean embalms?
No,
Or
places.
like preps?
Yeah, puts them in the caskets and lowers them in.
Oh, usually the family does.
Because if they dug her up, it's possible that they were looking for something she was buried with.
Well, they took her bones too, so.
Sure. Thank you for your time. Sorry to have disturbed you with.
Oh, no problem. He goes back to watering.
Well, that was I don't know if I really want to investigate the grave deeply, if you know what I mean.
True.
Alright, so I think I'm gonna give you guys now 10 minutes to deliberate. And then once you guys come to a decision, I will give you the epilogue.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we don't really have any proof of anyone. All we have is that the mayor had a motive, and that's it.
Sure. I still think the defiled grave is connected. But
Yeah, absolutely has to be. I think there must be something with undead going on, but
which for me would point to maybe the tailor.
Do you think the old lady did it?
I mean,
necromancers tend to be older.
I'm just thinking of, I don't know.
How does
mean,
an undead work? Like, does someone have to raise them, or can they just come about?
Somebody typically needs to raise them unless there's some kind of like curse on the area or something.
Yeah.
Could
so,
there be a? Sorry,
No, go ahead. Finish the thought.
actually, I don't know because someone dug up the probably completely decomposed body of the blacksmith's
If
wife.
they were
so-
raising them, it would have been a skeleton at that point, yeah.
Yeah.
For like said purposes. They would have, as I think it was you who rolled earlier, you would know it would be like super high magic to like resurrect them completely.
But necromancy would be, to raise a skeleton would be not super high.
Yeah, that would be probable.
It's also possible that a skeleton's finger bones might leave claw-like marks. So another thought is that maybe the blacksmith learned necromancy, tried to bring his wife back, and then she killed him.
True. But then where's the skeleton now?
I'll be honest, I'm starting to wonder if the general store guy is involved somehow.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he might have tried to do it because he did have the crush on her.
Mm-hmm.
You want to come back with James and investigate his house?
We have 15 minutes to
Yeah,
deliberate. I don't think
much
we have.
as I would like that, if we're trying to end around 5, you unfortunately don't have time to investigate his house.
I mean, we could just say we're stumped, but it feels like that would be
I
Or we could
think
just accuse someone and then see what happens.
I'd say our best choice, given what we have learned, is Marcus, because he wasn't very helpful. He didn't seem at all sad about the blacksmith dying, whereas everybody else, they were at least sincere in their it sucks that he's dead, and he didn't give a shit at all. Sorry, pardon my language. And he did have a crush on Sarah, so he had a motivation to try to learn necromancy to try to bring her back.
Have we reached a consensus then? Does everybody agree, or would like to bring up any other points?
I think it's
agree
the
with-
best we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly guesswork at this point. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
If
so
we can
you-
give the findings to James and tell him to investigate further if he wants.
Oh, hey,
Probably
Marcus.
the wisest thing.
Always was a weird one, that. Yeah, I'll have some men come around and arrest him. All right. With that, he makes the arrest on Marcus, puts them in the cell, and the gates are finally open for you guys to continue your adventure. You go out, you do your job at Sebis, and a week later, you find your way making your way back through Fort Halu. You go to the front gates, and the guards on there are rotting, dead. You enter the town, and you see all of the guards and townsfolk dead on the ground or within their buildings, aside from the old lady. And you enter the barracks, and you notice Marcus curled up inside the corner of his cell, crying, looking around. You lot are back. You did this. She wouldn't have killed him if it weren't for you. I may have... Oh, you guys are free to talk to Marcus at this point.
Whoops. Sorry, that was an out of
Wait.
character whoops.
Yeah. Laughing at a character. Okay.
How
What
how is
happened?
this? Yeah.
What?
They found that I was practicing necromancy in my basement. The hag was teaching me. When I couldn't offer her what I had promised, she took the souls of every person in town as payment and left.
What did you promise her?
Between us. Doesn't matter now.
So you said we
Oops.
did this, but you were the one practicing necromancy and making deals with hags. I don't think you.
I
Can really
know she
blame
was a
us for
hag when I
this.
made the deal.
But you
You
still
knew she
made a
was teaching
deal.
you necromancy.
I just wanted to bring Laura back.
She was never yours to bring back.
Maybe not, but she could have at least lived again.
So who killed the
With
blacksmith?
necromancy.
Sorry, three people were talking at once.
I'm asking him who killed the blacksmith.
Probably the hag. I assume she killed him. I'm pretty sure she was taking his place for a while. Used magic to disguise herself. Threw the body back later.
My question is, where's the gold that was stolen?
Yeah, you go around and you go to James's bed and you actually do notice that the lockbox is still there.
Whoa! How very sad. Necromancers, I think, deserve to stay in cells. Let's take this to the king. All 2,000
You
gold.
lift
of
the
it.
lockbox and it seems not as heavy as it was before.
Bugger!
We are not accountable for this. We
can
were
tell
only
yourself
trying
that.
to. This is just we helped, okay? I feel like
I have one last
Lindy-
question for Marcus. If she took the souls of all the townspeople, why'd she leave you?
Couldn't break our deal.
Sucks to be a sucker.
Did you guys at least want to let me out? I've been
Not
starving
really,
in
no.
here for a few days.
You're a necromancer. No, stay there.
Barely
Have
learned
fun.
anything, but okay. At least give me a knife so I can put myself out of my misery.
If you're gonna kill yourself, then I'll leave you in there. I was gonna let you out. And I turned to go.
Yuck!
Make a rude hand gesture.
I leave.
Yep.
Yes.
And that is the end of the session.
Wow.
Yay.
So, you...
I was actually terrified that somebody was going to use detect good or evil or detect magic near the old lady, and I'm just gonna be like, that's going to be it. That's just going to be the campaign right there.
I did it at the inn, right?
Yeah, but detect good and evil doesn't work through walls. And
But she
wasn't
was in the
at time.
inn.
Not when
Oh.
he used it. And he used it again inside the blacksmith.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Interesting. Oh.
So I then ended up with...
Oh, sorry, no, that was the actual old lady. The night of the murder, the old lady was killed and stuffed in the attic. And then the hag used disguise self to just pretend to be her.
I see.
So at the time, that was not the hag, because the hag was still the blacksmith.
I see. Mystery solved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad.
Good job, guys. We found the hag.
Good.
You found a thieving mayor.
I feel like we lost. Somehow everyone
Okay.
died.
If...
You didn't die. There's still a
Kill.
chance. You can go
Yeah.
hunt down the hag.
Yeah.
Session 2.
I mean, in all respects, we would have gotten there eventually, because we did...
I feel like
Fine.
if the session went longer and you guys could have actually investigated Marcus, you would have definitely had more information.
Yeah, because we were on the right trail, because we had the source of it, because we figured out that, oh, he's the link because of the grave, and then we would have gotten to the hag.
Presumably. He wouldn't have talked about the hag, but he also would have not told everything he knew.
Yeah.
But you could have definitely found his necromancer lair inside his basement. Had you had the time to investigate his house. Or if you investigated the Taylor's house, you could have presumably found the dead old lady in the attic.
Yeah.
The other thing being is, I can't remember who rolled, actually, I think it was Connor who rolled a nat 1 inside the blacksmith's bedroom. So he didn't notice the smell. Because it was supposed to smell really bad in there.
Yeah, it was Connor.
From the corpse rotting in there.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah,
Didn't
that was
see
just a
a
bad
thing.
nat 1. Open the door with your eyes closed. You had no idea what happened.
Eyes closed and my hand over my nose.
Hand over your
It
nose,
does
or you
always
can
smell
select...
terrible, and I don't actually want to see anything.
Yep, that's a bedroom.
Or, you presume that the blacksmith just had terrible body odor.
That too. He could have. He was a blacksmith.
Yeah.
Showering in this day and age is hard, and nobody was there to cast precipitation. Other than maybe the hag.
Okie dokie then.
Alright,
This
I
was
hope you guys
good.
all had fun.
It was great.
Yay.
No,
Yeah,
Magic
thank you
thank
so
you very
much.
much.
Thank you.
That certainly was D&D.
There was
Man.
dungeons. Not so much dragons, other than the dragonborn, but there was dungeons.
Yeah.
There was
Nice.
a dragon like 100 miles underneath our feet. Some probably.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe. Cave dragon, Those were probably a thing.
But if not, we had Dragon Adjacent and Njal.
Yeah.
Yep.
First people to run through this and not have combat. Congratulations, though, I'm proud.
Oh,
I'm
who
really
could we
curious how
have?
you
I was
had
trying.
combat.
I was
every-
trying. I was looking for
Everybody
that
else
combat.
just broke into people's houses without going to anybody first. and they eventually roll bad because they're trying to like do things dumbly, and that's usually how combat broke out.
I mean,
sorry.
I am used to either DMing or playing in groups that we are combat adverse. We will go through multiple sessions without ever being in combat.
You know the part where I was talking out loud about like trying to trick the people at the pub or the inn to sharing more? And after that, I was just like, well, maybe like I don't want to land us all in like jail and then that be the end of the campaign. So I was just like, maybe I should like tone it down, be less aggressive about this.
So because this was a one-shot, I did have to like adjust a few things within the story. One of which being like usually in like the first session I have with someone, I'll slip in a necklace with Speak with Dead, but it only works within 24 hours of them dying, which was supposed to be a big hint of that the blacksmith has been dead for a while. But I had to rewrite some things, of course, because we were only doing a one-shot, and I didn't want to be heavy-handed with like, use this type deal either, right?
Yeah.
And giving you guys like actual Speak with Dead would be too strong for the sake of the plot.
Yeah.
Makes
But
sense.
again, anyone could have detected magic in the right spot and the whole thing would be over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you, everyone.
I'm gonna head out. I need to eat, so
Yes.
I'm dropping.
Bye.
Good plan.
See you guys.
Good night,
Take care, everyone.
Have fun.
Wait,
Alright,
first-
time for me to go. Well, okay, all right, and that's ruined everybody's.
Wait, is anyone streaming it? I mean, raiding anyone in particular? Because I don't really. Like, are you gonna raid like a D&D person?
Ooh, we should all raid the same person.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I did not have anybody planned, so if you just let me know.
What the heck, Lindy? I can't hear you.
Sorry, I took my finger off the thing, so I don't have anyone in particular that I know of. So
Yeah,
just let
I don't
me know.
either. Do you
I
know-
see Dice Got Eyes is playing Dungeons and Dragons.
How do you spell that?
Dice Got Eyes, just 3 words.
All right.
Dice got
yeah, that
eyes.
live-
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. No, they're playing in Russian.
Oh.
I don't know
Oh.
why I'm following them. I don't speak Russian.
I mean, I followed someone called like a channel called Roll Check, ROLLCHECK, but I've only like briefly watched them play, but I don't. Let me just check to see what that's about. But if you guys like know anyone in particular you want to raid, I'm totally.
I've got a
okay
mate
to
who's
just-
streaming at the moment. Quite a good friend of mine, also a nerd.
Sure. I mean, this is optional. I am open to suggestions, but you guys can raid whoever you want. But who's your friend?
Anten Karamola.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna.
ANTANKARMOLA.
Yes, I'm following them. I think because I think you shouted them out on a stream.
I missed
Okay,
that.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Share that
Oh,
again?
I'll put it in my. Or put it in my.
Or put it in your chat or something.
Could you put it in
Yeah,
the
okay, I'm
D&D
gonna-
channel?
Yeah.
Because I can't do it from spell.
Disconnect. Thank you
can't do it
guys.
from
That was a
spell.
lot of fun.
Yeah, awesome. And I'll raid Anten with you all, and then see you all later.
Thank you so much. It was fun.
Always good. All right, I'm ending my stream now.
Bye. Okay, and I can switch back, I guess, to my regular thing. There we go. So that was the one shot. Yeah, that was crazy. So, thank you everyone who came in. Captain, you were amazing for doing some modding for me, saying hello to people who came in. And yeah, so that was a D&D stream and screwed up. We did not get everything. And so yeah, Doom and Ukulele, that was their first time ever doing, apart from a practice run last night to learn combat and all that this was their first time doing D&D, and I think they really enjoyed themselves. So thank you for watching, and I totally missed the person who was they're all gonna raid because I can't spell or get spellings when it's being said out loud because of fibro. So I'm just gonna end my stream here, and thank you, and oh, thank you. I am so glad I have a mod who can do that. Because I can't. Thank you for watching it so much. I had fun. So we're gonna raid and stream, and thank you. Take care of yourselves. I will probably be back tomorrow.